Hello, fellow patriots. I'm Davi Rodrigues, also known as AyatollahGondola. I'm asking you to hear me out for a brief few minutes here today because there is a problem within our movement. I was out conducting some surveillance of a illegal vendor the other day, and I received a phone call from the managing director of our organization, SaveOurState.org, and the tone of the message from her was that I had had some improper communications with some persons outside the organization, and before that 2 or 3 minute phone call had ended, there was a little bit of shouting and hanging up, and by the time several hours later I had gotten to the forum and to my email, there had already been an email sent out to various members of the organization stating that I had betrayed the organization that I represent. I had stabbed people in the back and slapped them in the face. Numerous other innuendo, and I have seen these emails in past instances work the movement into this frenzy, and people drop out, or people tend to feed into it, and it distracts from everything that we do. So I offered, rather than defend myself in a series of emails, to come to Southern California and stand trial before a jury of my peers, which would be, of course, from the movement, I would think, and face these charges and tender a defense. But I absolutely refused to participate in an internet lynching committee. And I believe in the Constitution, I believe in the Bill of Rights, and I think we need to govern ourselves under those tenets, because those are the things we are fighting for. If we don't learn to do this, we are always going to be perceived as a band of brigands or a banana republic. No one will fear us because we can't manage ourselves effectively. The globalist people have been successfully managing banana republics and dictatorships around the globe for centuries. They don't fear that. They're very good at using that. I think that the United States has a very good system for establishing guilt, and we should follow that. It's simple enough. I don't think that we should stumble on something like this when it comes to people who are very active in the movement, and I believe that I have shown that. I don't want to make myself as a prime example of a dedicated activist. I'm just pointing out that if we are to attract good people to the movement, active people, dedicated people, we cannot use an internet assassination or trial to discredit them without giving them their fair due process. So I insisted upon that, and yet instead came more emails, and they were full of more sensationalism, and they challenged my character, and I still held my ground and said, try me. That's the fair way, and it has been so far rejected. So I am appealing to you because we need to change to a better system. We cannot let our leadership and ascension to power be dictated by a few self-appointed people within the movement. At least not without having some checks and balances in there. Otherwise, we have become what we are fighting against. I still would hold to my desire to be tried by a jury of my peers. I don't care, which jury that is. It'll be picked by you, by the people in the movement, the dedicated people, the people who want people out there doing things in fighting illegal immigration, patriotic people. But a self-appointed internet assassin squad is no way to further our future. Go back to the basic tenets of our forefathers. I am a very simple person, and it does not have to be something fancy. I believe the internet is a good tool, but it should not substitute for due process. And in simplicity, we will get at the truth. And some of these people claim to hold constitutional values near and dear. And yet, when I ask for the very basic tenet of our Constitution and Bill of Rights, a fair trial, the right to face my accuser, the right to see the evidence presented against me, the right to tender a defense in my own, and the right to remain silent ahead of that. It was basically deemed a meeting, and no one was going to take place. No one was going to attend any such meeting. Now, I don't want to stir up trouble in the movement, and the last thing I want is another flurry of emails transpiring through the movement, the likes of what we have seen with the Gilchrist issue and numerous other ones that have just either divided the movement or distracted from it. A simple trial is all I ask. If these charges are true, then it should only take less than an hour or so to assemble this group and present the facts. Otherwise, my guilt or innocence is going to be prescribed by one or two people. These charges are quite serious to me because it says I betrayed the organization. And I would like to categorically deny that, but then again, if I do that here, we start another flurry of emails. I urge you to consider my application, my desire, and my demand to be tried fairly and by an impartial jury and not by Ted Turner media standards. Some of these people are getting too damn good and too damn comfortable with this system. I believe we are better than that. I believe we can govern ourselves. I believe that everyone already knows how to do that in a very simple fashion. We don't have to substitute anything for it. I stand on that basis that I am due a fair hearing. I am due process.